Today we are going to discuss on exception handling in IICS. There, first we should know about why exception handling is required and their types, and mainly we are going to see on define and practical sessions on stop, abort as well as fatal and non-fatal errors. Everything we are going to discuss on today, practical as well as a theoretical. So please watch the session till end so you can get the clear idea on that exception handling, that is error handling in IICS. First, we should know about why exception handling is required. So whenever we are working on the data warehousing project, so if I want to build a successful project, so I want to maintain the quality of data. It's so important. So the ETL architecture as well as the data architecture, they are spending a lot of the time to define this exception handling approach. That's the reason the Informatica cloud is given a set of options to take care of the exception handling. So before going to discuss this exception handling, just know about what are the errors it happens when we are executing the task or mapping in Informatica cloud. So it is defined in that three ways: fatal errors, non-fatal error, and third is user defined exceptions. We will see the detailed in practically as well as define these things. Just know about what is fatal errors. Whenever we are working on Informatica cloud, we are running the mapping or mapping task, and we may get error like the secure agent can't access the source target repositories. In the sense, the metadata it's missing. Source target table definition is missing. So this kind of the error is called as a fatal error. Now we'll see practically how the error it is defining as a fatal. Now we are going to create the mapping for the fatal error. First go to new in data integration, second mapping, and create the mapping. Here we need to change the mapping name. I am giving the mapping name m_fatal error. First we are going to see on fatal error. Next we are going to see on non-fatal error and user defined exception. Taking the source connection from that Oracle source and take the object. Next take the target, give the target connection as well as take the target object. Now do the field mapping. Here both source and target field are same. So just I will do that automatic and validate the mapping. So once the mapping is getting valid, just save the mapping. And start to run the mapping. It will move to that my job session. At the time being, just we can drop the table. Drop table t_employees. Okay. For testing purpose, just I drop the table. Now first it is starting. Refresh it. Then it will be moved into the queue. Then we can get the status whether it is success or failed. Now we are getting that error, that is failed we are getting because see here, writer execution failed, database error occurred, table or view does not exist. So this is called as fatal error. So if you are getting this kind of the error, means that this one is fatal error. Now we'll see on non-fatal error. Second we are going to see on non-fatal errors. Non-fatal errors means the exception would get ignored by the secure agent and cause a record drop out the target tables. So because of this error, it won't get stop the sessions. Instead, it just capture the rejected record, that is bad record, it will get captured, and remaining that all the record, it will go and load into the target table, it will load. And we may have that the option, that is limit the errors. Where it is available means in task level, the session properties, it's available. There we can give the limit the error, that is stop on errors we can give, like n-1 range. We may get that 1 error, stop the sessions, or 2 errors, stop the sessions, like that. We can give the limit of error range. Now we'll see practically how that non-fatal errors we can define. First we want to create the mapping. Here we are going to take our source from the flat file. Here department table I am going to consider as a source. Now see, in this file, the 40 department ID 40s are here. The human resources, this string values, it is separated by the comma. Okay, in the sense, first column it is present the 40 and second column it is present with the human, that is department name. Third column it should be present with the manager ID only, that is 203 it should be present. But here the third column it is presenting like that, resource it is presenting. So this one only we are did the mistake here, but the record it will get load, that is reminding that all the record it will get load in target. This one record only it is considered as a rejected record or bad record. Now we'll see practically how it is working. Now go to data integration, new, mapping, and create the mapping. First we need to change our mapping name. So I am giving the mapping name is m_non-fatal exception. Then we need to take the source and target connection we need to take. First take the source and give the connection. Connection is flat file source. And take the object, department file. Just preview the data whenever you are taking as a file. Now see the department ID, manager ID, location ID, 3R is present in the form of numeric format. Just note it down. Now go to field. There you can find the type. For that all the column it is present in the string format if you are taking the source as a flat file. Okay, so first you should change the data type for what are the column it is present as a numeric format. So go to option and edit metadata. After change there in the native type, go to number or decimal and give the precision is 5. Like that we need to give that manager ID also and location ID also. We need to change that type, that is data type we need to change, as well as precision we need to give. Okay, now we have taken our source connections and source object we have taken. Next we want to take a target. In this target connection it is database, Oracle database, and take that object. The object name it is T_department. Select the object and click on OK. Next go to the field mapping. In this field mapping, the source and target field name both are same. Just I will do that field map option automatic. Then validate that mapping. The mapping is getting valid. Then save the mapping. So once the mapping is saved, start to run the mapping. It will move to the my job. First it is starting, then it is queue, then it is running, then we can get the status whether it is success, warning or rejected, that is failed. Now see, we are getting the warning message, but data get loaded into the target. Now see 26 rows it is processed from the source and the data get loaded in target. 26 rows it is loaded. One record it is rejected because of the bad file, that is bad error it is presented. That is the row it is skipped. Now go to Oracle SQL Developer. Now just execute select star from T underscore department. Now see the total number of the record here it is present, 26 record it is present. Now just I am considering the left side as a source and right side is my target. Now see here the human resource data it is not presented because there in the CSV format it is considered as a bad record. So that's the reason here the data it is not available here. So this way the non-fatal error it is defined. Next we are going to see on the stop on error. So for that just I am taking that the previously done the mapping task only. So in this mapping task first we want to take that mapping, respected mapping we need to take. Then in that next option we can see in this in the down session properties, advanced session properties. There click the plus icon. In this plus icon, you can see the drop down list in the session properties. There we want to select error handling, stop on errors. Here we want to define our errors, 1 or 2 like that. How based on that the requirement, the business needs, we can define that the stop on errors. Error handling function third is user defined exception. In the name itself you can get to know that this error, that is this exception is defined by that user, that is business user they are defining. So where they are defining means they are defining with help of expression transformations. So with help of this one, the quality of the data only is getting loaded into the target and we can define into the two functions. First one is abort and second one is error. Now we can see of mapping with help of two functions and you can get to know that the difference between that abort and error function. First go to the data integration and go to new mapping and create the mapping. Next we want to define our mapping name. Here I am going to give my mapping name, it is m underscore user defined exceptions. So this is my mapping name. Next we want to define our source and target. Here we are going to take the both from database, that is Oracle database only. So give the connection Oracle source and get the object. Here my object it is employees table. Select the object and next we want to take the expression transformation. Just drag and drop the expression transformation in the campus. After want to define the expression field. So with help of this plus icon we can define that output field and I am giving that the field name it is O underscore salaries, in the form of type it is decimal. Now click on OK. Next we want to configure our expressions. So define the expressions. Here I am giving if the salary range less than 5,000. First the message it is error function I am going to take. Error within this the function I am defining less salary. In the else part I am going to define as a salary only, that is who are getting the greater than 5,000, print the salary only. So this is my expression. Now validate the expression. Now see the expression it is getting valid. Now click on OK. Next we want to define the target. So take the target and give the connection and take the target object. Next go to the field mapping. There we need to define the mapping field. Before that just make the truncate target table. For our understanding purpose just I make the truncate options. Next, go to the field mapping. First, we want to map the expression field, what we have created in the expression transformations. First, we want to map to the respected target column we need to map. So, map to the O underscore salary to the salary column in the target. First, next go to the auto map, and in the drop down list you can see this smart mapper. So with help of this one we can map to the remaining the column and all we can map. Now just save and validate the mapping. Now see the mapping is getting valid, and we can start to run the mapping. So it is directly moving to the my job sessions. There we can get the status. The first the status is starting, then it is queue, then it is running, then we can get the status whether it is success, warning or failed. Refresh the mapping 1 or 2 times. Now see the 105 rows it is processed. Okay. Now just maximize this the mapping. There see from the source we are getting the 105 record. The target 99 record one it is getting loaded, but the mapping is not get failed. The data get loaded into the target. This is with help of error functions we have used. Okay, and we get that the error message we are getting, but data get loaded. This is error functions. And now we can go to Oracle SQL developer and we can just cross verify that one the data it is loaded or not. Now go to that Oracle SQL developer and just execute the retrieve the data. So select star from the target table name, it is T underscore EMP. Okay. Now if you execute this statement you can get the 99 record it is getting loaded into the target. Okay. So this is with help of error functions it is executed. Second, we are going to create the mapping with help of that abort functions. So in this mapping itself we are going to change some little bit change here. Okay, now go to the expression transformations and you can see in that expression that configurations are just in this error function change into that abort function. In the expression field just change into that instead of error I am changed into the abort. Validate it and the expression is valid. Now click on OK. Next validate the mapping also. After that save the mapping. Now mapping it's saved because we made some changes. So mapping it gets saved also. Now start to run the mapping. So it is automatically moved to the my job session. So we can get the status whether it is success or warning or rejected. Refresh the mapping. Now see we got that error message, that is failed message only we got it. We have defined the function, that is abort function we have defined in the expression transformations. If you define that abort function, it terminate the process, that is it stop the process completely, it stop the process and the Informatica give the 60-second time to stop the session, that's it. After that it stop the process completely and no data it's loaded into the target. But if you are using the error function, the data will get loaded into the target based upon what you have given in that output field configurations. So this way we can define the user defined exceptions. So today we discussed on that error handling in IICS. There we have defined fatal error, non-fatal error and user defined exceptions in theoretical as well as a practical way. So if you have any doubt on IICS SQL or data warehousing on Linux, please post the comment on below. We can discuss on upcoming session. Thank you.